Hello and welcome back to episode 529 of the Journey Through Games, playing almost every Super Nintendo game released in Europe and the US, but mostly missing out the sports games. And today we are playing the last Star Wars game on the Super Nintendo, I believe, Super Star Wars Return of the Jedi. So far, Super Star Wars was alright. Empire Strikes Back was slow down city and also not very good. So let's see if this one could be better than those two. So the first Super Star Wars was it's okay, but I wouldn't recommend anyone going back to play it. Even if you're a big Star Wars fan, you might only want to just have a go for saying just out of interest to see what it was like. But yeah, other than that, neither of them so far have been any good. Let's see if this one can break the curse, although it does have an uphill battle because licensed tie-in games tend not to be very good. Return to his home planet of Tatooine in an attempt to rescue his friend Han Solo from the clutches of the vile gangster Jabba the Hutt. Little does Luke know that the Galactic Empire has secretly... One thing I will say, because I was looking on this, I googled it when I was playing Super Star Wars. These games were released one after the other, 1 year apart, so 92, 93, 94, and the first one was released almost 10 years after Return of the Jedi was released. So Return of the Jedi was released in 1983 and Super Star Wars was released in 1992. So I think that they were rush jobs, again, to probably try and capitalise on the licence. Although, having said that, I don't think the special editions were released until 1997, and then there was the Phantom Menace, I think, was in the early 2000s, maybe 2000, 2001 maybe. So yeah, bit of history. I never played these back in the day. I remember seeing them in shops and stuff, but I think I became more of a Star Wars fan post Phantom Menace. I think I remember seeing the original films on terrestrial TV back in the day, but I was never sort of a huge fan. I hope for your sake the new Death Star will be completed by the time the Emperor arrives. He is not as forgiving as I am. Ooh, yes, Lord Vader. We shall double our efforts. Okay. Luke, Leia and Chewie race in a land speeder towards Jabba the Hutt's palace to rescue Han Solo. Wait, that's not how it happened. Leia infiltrated. No, C-3PO and R2-D2 arrived. Oh, crikey. You need to figure out what the jump button is. Ugh. Gosh, these games don't mess about, do they? Look at this for an introduction. I think they've got harder and harder. Super Star Wars, the first one, was tough, but it was at least got 3 levels in before it started to hit... Oh gosh, before it started to hit you with the BS. This is first level, first jump is really quite tough. Yeah, it's easy to miss that. Oof. Blimey, I couldn't even make it 3 jumps, Jesus. Okay. Go on, we'll give it a go again, see if we can get past this first level. I'm doubtful, to be honest. Oh, right, so there isn't a boost meter like there was in Super Star Wars. So hopefully that will help me get past some of these sections. get past some of these jumps. Ooh, gosh. Yeah, but once you hit something, is there like a break? Oof. Oh gosh, it's so easy to like lose control once you hit something. Oh, thank the maker that is over. As dawn approaches, Luke, Leia, and Chewie begin to climb up the mountainside towards the palace of Jabba the Hutt. This is so you can actually pick. Let's go with Chewie, everyone's favourite. Oh, and so we're back playing pretty much the exact same game that we've been playing for the last two entries. Wait, what? What's going on here? Oh, I just defeated that. Oh no. Oof. Why am I picking up all these R2-D2s? Like, oh my gosh. So it's okay. It's not as terrible as Empire Strikes Back, but it's not as good. I say good like in quotation marks as Luke looks like a handsome boy, doesn't he? Gosh. What's the power? Oh, okay, Force Saber. It's not as terrible as Empire Strikes Back, but oh gosh. Let's try Leia. It's that's like it's not as terrible. It's not as terrible as Super Star Wars. Sorry, it's not as terrible as Empire Strikes Back, and it's not as good as Super Star Wars. And I use the word good in in inverted commas because it's just like Super Star Wars wasn't even good. It was all right. It was like probably a 2 out of 5. Oh, that's just annoying. No, okay. Well, that'll do it. I've had enough of these Star Wars games. Unfortunately, all 3 of them are typical movie tie-in cash-ins. I'd say Super Star Wars is probably the best of the 3, but even that is not great. Like, I'd play that one, and then, I mean, if you really like it, maybe play the others. But I think maybe just play Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi just to see how bad they are as designed games. Yeah, So that's going to do it for this episode. I'll see you guys next time.